All Things Considered from NPR News.
From NPR News, this is All Things Considered. I'm Alyssa Block.
And I'm Robert Siegel. And as we follow the continuing search for Jahar Tsarnaev, we're trying to keep track of events in Watertown, Massachusetts. There's been some commotion there over the past half hour, reports of gunfire, and we are now on the line with Rebecca Krieger, who's a resident and who is watching what's happening on Franklin Street in Watertown from the back of her home on Otis Street. What's happening?
Well, I'm here on my third floor, so I have a better view, and there's actually a big house that's blocking off what I think is the most interesting part. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of cop cars around. They're all flashing their lights. I've seen a bunch of the big vans that you can put people in. I don't know the technical term for it. But there have been a bunch of those passing by. Maybe 15, 20 minutes ago, there were a bunch of gunshots right outside my house. It was really scary.
Rebecca, I'm sorry. Huh? I'm sorry, Rebecca. Keep going.
So it's just been, right now, there are a lot of police officers running in and out with guns pointed, and it's clear that on the other side of this big house that's blocking me off, there is, I think that the suspect number 2 is probably there, and I've heard that he's been pinned down, but it's really scary. I can see just a lot of police officers running in and out.
Rebecca, are there helicopters above as well?
Yeah, there are a bunch of helicopters above.
Do you know how many gunshots you heard, by the way?
It was very quick. It wasn't long, but it was very quick, maybe 20.
And is this the same area, by the way, that had been cordoned off earlier and gone house to house? Is this the same part of Watertown that was the subject of that search?
I'm maybe 2 blocks away from houses that were searched. They didn't actually knock on my door, although they were in my backyard and they were on our street. And we weren't allowed to leave our house. No one was allowed. There's a neighbor of mine who went to work in the morning, and then when he was told that he should actually go back home, he wasn't allowed to get back onto this street because it was quartered off.
Do you have any idea if there was a boat parked in that area? There have been some reports about perhaps a boat having been used as a hiding place.
So I haven't actually seen one, although I was just online and I saw a picture, like a overhead picture of some boat in the area. Mm-hmm. I can't see one, although there is definitely a lot that's right by where all this is that there could be a boat in, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is a boat there. I think that I might have seen one in the past, not recently.
Well, listen, Rebecca Krieger, thank you very much for telling us about what you can see from the back of your house. It sounds as though something is going on there, and I'm sure in short order we'll find out what it is. Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
It has been a very, very long day in Boston for the people of the city, also for the authorities searching for the suspect for the surviving suspect in the marathon bombings. Despite an extensive search of the Watertown area, police have so far been unable to find Jahar Tsarnaev, although, as you've just heard, some people think perhaps he's been pinned down in the past few minutes. We're going to take you through the unfolding drama now, which began last night. NPR's Larry Abramson has this timeline.
Thursday evening, police finally released pictures from surveillance cameras of 2 men they believe are linked to the bombings. One's in a black hat, the other in a white hat. Their faces are tough to make out, and authorities release no names. But soon police will be in hot pursuit of the 2 suspects. One will not live through the night. Events unfold quickly after 10 p.m. with an altercation and shooting in Cambridge. About 10:30, a 26-year-old police officer from MIT is found shot to death. The 2 suspects then carjack a Mercedes SUV, letting the driver go.
Quite honestly, very anxious, even a little concerned for our safety. And I think that escalated significantly when we, began watching the news.
But the anxiety is not just coming through her TV, it's in her backyard. Officers searched Brooks's property earlier today.
Camouflage-dressed military personnel, police, they just come to the windows, they give us the thumbs up, and they keep looking.
Half a mile away, over in Cambridge, Larry Tisch came out to walk his dog in the morning. He noticed that it was very, very quiet.